adventures, the tales we will tell, from whitetail bucks to the mountains where we dwell.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Racked Up Adventure. I've got the Weatherby Mark V AccuMark in 25 Weatherby RPM back out on the table. As I stated when I shot this the first time, I only had one of the available ammo types, but today I've got the other three, so I'm going to do a 4-shot ammo test. Or a 4-type ammo test. We're going to test all 4 of these loadings. They're all Weatherby loadings, and we're going to put all 4 of these on paper. Downrange, we're going to see what the speeds are, how they group, and see which one this rifle likes the best. And then the next step for this rifle will be up to the long range. But I wanted to test out all the available ammo, and these 4 types is everything that's available right now that's not a hand load for the Weatherby 25 RPM. So I'm going to get this all set up and we're going to jump right into shooting. Today's video is going to be a good video. It's going to be a good day here at the range. I can't wait to see how these 4 types of ammo pattern and what the accuracy and velocities look like. I'm going to get this set up. All right, I got everything set up. I got the Weatherby 25 RPM here on the lead sled. So let me go over real quick. We'll do a quick recap of this rifle. So I've got my Banish Backcountry. It's my Banish Backcountry 30 cal suppressor on the end of it. Lightweight hunting suppressor. Really good for a hunting rig, especially something with a little bit longer barrel, because this is it's only a little over 5 inches. I think it's 5.5 inches, and very lightweight. And then I've got the Weatherby 25 RPM. I've got my Zerotech Vengeance scope on top of it. This is a 6x24 scope. Really like this scope. Done real well on the initial ammo testing. I'm looking forward to getting this one out on the long range and seeing how that scope does out to 1,000 yards. But long story short, Weatherby 25 RPM. I've got my Athlon Rangecraft chronograph on the table. Got a camera on that. Got a camera on the target downrange. I think everything's running. All looks good. We'll go ahead and get started with the ammo testing. This rifle is already sighted in, by the way. So I'm going to start with we're going to go with the light to the heavies. So I've got a 107 hammer, then the 117 Hornady SST, then it's got a 117 Barnes LRX, and then a 133 Berger Elite Hunter. I'm looking forward to testing all four of these. We've already put some of the Hornady SST rounds through this. It grouped pretty decent, but I'm looking forward to seeing each one of these. So without further ado, we'll get started. So first up, we are going to run the 107 grain hammer. This is a copper load. If you want to see the velocity data, you can freeze that and look at it some more if you'd like. But Weatherby Select Plus 107 grain hammer loads. I'm going to load 3 of these up and we'll see how it shoots. This is a tipped round. As you can see, it's got the orange tip on it. All right, the 107 grain hammer is supposed to go 3,350 feet per second out of the muzzle. So 3,350 for 2,666 foot-pounds of energy. So 3,350 is your velocity. Make sure the chronograph is set up. All right, for this one, I'm going to start with the dot in the middle of the left-hand side of the target. So the dot in the middle of the left-hand side, just straight across in the center of the target. 107 grain hammer. Not too bad. I don't remember exactly where the point of impact was on the SST rounds, but we're right there in the ballpark. Gotta love that. That's two touching. Didn't feel like I put one in, but there's one in there. That looks like it's going to be about a ½ group. All right, so that was the 107 grain hammers. So our average was 33.43 to a box data of 33.50, so within 7 feet of box velocity. That's really good. Standard deviation was 9.6. Extreme spread was 23.3. Minimum 33.30. Maximum 33.54. So not bad at all. Right at box listed velocity. These are cooking. Hey, that barrel's not hot at all, so we'll go ahead and do another group. Let me set this chronograph back where it's in the camera. All right, that was 3 shots of the 107 grain hammer. Now we will go to the 117 grain Hornady SST. There's your data on that. And then if you want to freeze that, there's your velocity data. So 117 Hornady SST. These are supposed to be going 3150. So let's see how these do. Load up 3 of these. And as you can see, that is another tipped round. This is what this rifle was sighted in with, and we did some ammo testing out of this already, but I wanted to do it all together so we have, even though we've already tested this once, I wanted one target with all 4 ammo types for a good comparison. All right, Hornady SST, we're gonna go to the, we'll go in the top middle. Top middle. Two in the same hole again. Let's see if we can put 3 in there. I would love to stack. And that's another, probably about a 3/4 inch group there. Yeah, about a 3/4 inch group it looks like. Two on top of each other and the third one just a little bit off, twice in a row. All right, I am going to put this on the barrel cooler and let this barrel cool down. It's pretty warm, it's not scalding hot, but I'm gonna go ahead and let it cool, and then I'll come back and we'll go over the velocity data on this. All right, so that was the Weatherby 117 grain SST. Done with that box. Velocity. Should have looked at it first. So velocity on this one was supposed to be 3150 with 2,577 foot-pounds of energy. So this one's almost 200 feet a second slower than the hammers, but 3150, our average was 3181, so we are 31 feet above box listed velocity. Standard deviation was 16.9. Extreme spread was 41.3, so a really high extreme spread. Minimum 3160. Maximum, we had one that went 3,201 feet a second. So well over 3,200 feet a second. So high extreme spread and standard deviation, good average, and halfway decent accuracy. I like to see them 3 in the same hole, but I'll take a 1/2 or 3/4 inch group. All right, so that was the Hornady SST rounds. All right, we got it set up for the next one. So with that, while that barrel's cooling, let me ask you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your notification bell on. I can't tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you. The support for the channel has been really, really good. I can't complain whatsoever. I've met some really good people. The viewers, or you viewers, have treated me well, and I enjoy the interactions that we have. I think that the content we put out is useful and it's being responded well, so because of that, we're going to keep cruising along. Hopefully we can build this thing up and run with the big dogs. But anyways, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your notification bell on. You can stay up to date with all the latest and greatest from Racked Up Adventures. Videos come out usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm in the live stream whenever we have a video premiering. I do everything I can do to be in that live stream. It's rare that I miss one, but you can jump in there. You can ask me questions. We can interact. We can just talk about the video or anything else you want to talk about. But jump in there. I'm on all the social media platforms. You can reach out and send me a message. I answer and read every comment, whether it's good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent. I read them all and I respond to them. So I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the feedback. Just keep those comments and feedback coming. I'm going to go check on that barrel. The barrel's cooled off. We're going to get it back out here on the table and we'll shoot these last 2 types of ammo for this test. All right, we got it back on the lead sled. Next up, this is one of the ones that I really wanted to test. I'm a fan of Barnes ammo. This is the 117 Barnes LRX. Make sure I got it right side up. Hopefully that you can see that. And then there's your velocity data. Freeze that and look at it if you'd like. But 117 grain Barnes LRX. This is another copper load. So the first one was a copper load. The second one was a copper jacketed load. Copper jacketed lead core. And this here is a full copper load. It is a tipped round and it's in the normal Barnes blue. Load 3 of these in. All right, going clockwise, we'll just go to the left. I'm sorry, we're going to go to the right. If I get my left and right together, we're going to go to the right dot in the middle of the target. Right side, middle. All right. The Barnes LRX 3150, so this should be going the same speed as the last ones. So 3150 and 2577 is your energy on this at the muzzle. Doing the same hole. Let's see if we can put the third one in that hole. I'd be stoked if we could get 3 of those in the same hole. Doggone it, the third one pulled on me again. So far, all 3 groups, the very first 2 in the same exact hole, and the third one pulled just a little bit. They all felt like good squeezes. I don't think I'm doing anything there. I was slowing down and concentrating, so can't explain it, but the third one kicked out on me a little bit again. I mean, those are still really good groups. I'm not going to complain, but 3 in one hole excites me. But that's that one. That's the Barnes LRX. And 3150 was what we're supposed to be. Average 3133. Standard deviation was 7.8. And the extreme spread 18.7. So really good spread, standard deviation. It's a little bit below box data. About 27 feet a second below box data. 3150 is what it was supposed to be, but right there in the ballpark. I can't complain about that at all, and we got a decent group down there. So the Barnes LRX performed as expected. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shoot this last one, but I got to get this chronograph back in the camera. All right, got the camera set back on the chronograph. So next up is the 133 grain Berger Elite Hunter. That's what we're shooting. And then there's your box data if you want to freeze that and look at it. So 133 grain Berger Elite Hunter. This one should be going 3,000 feet a second. This here is a non-tipped round. This is just a pointed tip. It does have a hollow point to it. All right, 133 grain Berger Elite Hunter. I've heard a lot of good things about this ammo. I've never hunted with it. I might try and see what it does for a deer this year. I know I watch a lot of African hunting safari videos, and there's a few people that are using this Elite Hunter over in Africa. All right, we're going to take this one into the bottom center. The red dot in the center at the bottom. Chronograph is good. All the cameras are rolling. Well, I took my dot out. I just got to aim at that hole, I guess. And last one. Well, the third one didn't kick out. I have to look that back on the feed. I don't know if I went in the same second hole or the first hole was the same, but two of those are in the same hole. I just don't, you guys probably seen it when I shot it, but I'll catch it when I go and edit this and which hole it is, but two of those are in the same hole. But another group about the same, all four of these ammo types shot about a half-inch group. No one-hole groups, but a pretty decent showing on all four ammo types. So that was a 133 Berger Elite Hunter, Weatherby 25 RPM. This one should have been going 3,000 feet a second. And our velocities were average 2963, so a little bit slower, about 37 feet a second slower than box data. And standard deviation was 18.5 and extreme spread was 45.3. The high was 2984 and the low was 2939. Well, there you have it. That's your four types of ammo for the 25 RPM. The only other ammo that you can get is your hand loads. And honestly, if I was going to hand load for this, I'd probably be hand loading that Barnes LRX or a TTSX. I like the Barnes TTSX myself. I typically find that it gives me, I have good luck, at least I have on my my 280 Ackley, I had really good luck with that Barnes TTSX 150 grainer. But I've got to get some dies for this. And when I get the dies, then I will do some hand loading. And we'll see what we can do as far as developing our own loads. I'm going to almost have to hand load for this. There's no way I can pay the price that they want for this ammo just to take it out and practice with. $100 a box. I'll spend that for a hunt, but I can't see spending that to shoot here at the range and just do some practicing and testing with. But at the end of the day, I'll get some dies and we'll see what we can do for hand loading and see if we can mitigate some of that cost. But I really enjoy shooting this rifle. It is a good shooter. But before I get into the whole end of the video stuff, let me run down and grab that target. We'll measure those groups up and we'll see exactly how good we did. I'll be right back. All right, I went down and grabbed the targets. So let's go over the results. So we started with the 107 grain hammer. This is the new, I don't know if it's new or not, it's new to me, but this is the Hammer Hunter. Everybody's raving about this. You can see again, there's the box data if you wanted to look at it, but these are supposed to be going 3,350 feet a second and they hit right at box data. And this is 107 grain. Came in at a 0.55, so a real good group, right at a half MOA group. Then we went on to the SST. This is the Hornady SST round. And there's the box data again. This one here, 3150. If I remember correctly, this one was just under box data, but right there, pretty close. And 117 grain. And that one came in at a 0.74, so a 3/4 inch group. Then we went over to the Barnes And this is the Barnes LRX. There's your box data again. This is a 117 grain, and this one came in at a 0.61. So another really good group, just over half MOA. Can't complain about that. Then last but not least, we had the Berger Elite Hunter, and this is a 133 grain. There's your box data, just in case you want to see it. And that one came in at a 0.49, so that was the best group of them all. Just under half MOA, and that's 133 grain. So as you can see, all the available ammo that's out there for the 25 RPM, all of it less than 3/4 MOA. A 3/4, a 0.6, and 2 half MOA groups. I'm going to try some of that 107 grain. I'm going to try to get a deer with this year, and I want to try that hammer, that new hammer load. I do like the Barnes LRX as well. I like all these. I want to try that Berger Elite Hunter as well. I've never hunted with that, so I'm anxious to see that and see what that one does. Too many options, not enough deer. I only get 3 tags, and there's 4 ammo types here that I'd like to use, plus the other various calibers that I have. But at the end of the day, great accuracy, good performance as far as box listed velocities go. Nothing was crazy out there. One was over box listed velocity, and the other 3 were right there within striking distance or right at box listed velocity. I'm going to spin this camera around, and we'll go over my final thoughts. All right, final thoughts on this rifle. Nothing has changed. My mind is made up. I absolutely 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, love this rifle. This was my dream rifle. I've been wanting a Weatherby Mark V for a long time. You guys seen that in all the other videos where I talk about how I procured this rifle. It was just an awesome find, awesome luck. Somebody traded it in, and they wanted something different, and I was able to get this for a considerable amount less than the MSRP on this. But anyways, at the end of the day, just a great rifle. Four types of ammo. This is everything that's available. All 4 came in at under 3/4 inch MOA. Can't complain about that. There's not any of those that I wouldn't take out in the woods and hunt with me. The Zerotech scope has been phenomenal. This is the Vengeance line, which is the lower end of the Zerotechs. I can't complain about that. I appreciate Hootie Hoo recommending these. He kind of prompted me to jump into the Zerotechs. Can't say that I'm disappointed. I've got 2 of them, and both of them have been really good scopes. Banish backcountry can. I can't complain at all about the Banish cans. This particular one is the lightweight one that is good for hunting, but I've got several Banish cans. I've got the Banish 30. I've got the Banish backcountry. I've actually got 2 of those. I've got a Banish 46. So I've got several of the Banish line of suppressors. Impressed with all of them. Again, everything about this rifle is exactly the way I would want it to be. So if you get a chance to pick you up and find a good deal on a Weatherby Mark V, I recommend it. These are great rifles. Enough of me gushing over this, but again, 4 types of ammo, all that's available, really good groups, can't complain. With that, I'm going to ask everybody to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your notification bell on. If you like content like this, we're going to keep delivering it. Share this with your friends, share it with as many people as you want. Let's try to build this up so that we can get more and more user interface or more and more viewer interface. The more the merrier. It's why I do this. It's all about you guys and the interaction I have with you. So again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your notification bell on, and you'll stay up to date with all the latest and greatest. Grab yourself something from the Racked Up store. It's right there on our YouTube homepage. Store's got t-shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mugs, tumblers, so on and so forth. All that stuff is in there. Grab yourself something. Show the world that you're part of the Racked Up family. Wear it with pride. You can also throw a super like or a super chat into either the comment section or into the live stream when the videos are premiering. All the proceeds from the store and from the supers all go right back into this channel. They go back into getting rifles and ammunition and targets and equipment. All that costs money, and all that money goes right back into those items so that we can keep making these videos. So we appreciate your help in advance. Anybody that can, we absolutely appreciate anything that you can do for us. Well, I don't have anything else to say. Stay safe, everybody, until we meet up again on our next Racked Up adventure.
Sunrise paints the sky, a promise on the morn. With a rifle in my hand, this wild heart is reborn. From southern Indiana, where the river flows wide, I carry my passion, my heritage inside. Hunting is my language, it's the stories we share. Each track on the ground, every moment laid bare. The call of the wild is a sweet serenade. From dusk till dawn, in the woods where I've played. Oh, Racked Up adventures, the tales we will tell. From whitetail bucks to the mountains where I've dwell. From the African plains with the trophy kudu in sight. Thank God for the harvest, this life feels so right. We're dreamers and hunters with stars in our eyes. Every season brings stories beneath that great